Hey, robots of the fort. If you've ever wanted to bunny hop through fast-paced, high-action areas with loads of enemies, all from the perspective of a robot geared with deadly weapons, then look no further. Today, we're going to provide our first impressions of RETOOLED, which is a first-person or first robot shooter that has you traveling through multiple areas to fight off waves of enemies and uncover the truth behind your programming. Without further ado, let's bunny hop right in. RETOOLED can be split into 4 core features: equipment, movement, enemies, and exploration. I'm going to cover each feature and how they play into the overall style of the game. First, let's review the equipment that is available for you to use in the game. As you progress through the story and levels, you will obtain new equipment that will power up your robot. These range from weapons and defensive abilities to flat upgrades to your armor and health. RETOOLED increases in complexity as you add more equipment to your arsenal, and you'll find yourself constantly swapping between the 9 options available. Some have ammo, some use energy that recharges over time, and some are on cooldowns. You'll have to constantly make decisions to match your weaponry to the enemies that you're fighting to effectively cut through their assault. Here's a quick highlight of some of the equipment. Next, let's look at movement, which is your best friend in RETOOLED. The game promotes constantly moving, as it not only makes it harder for enemies to deal damage to you, but your energy regeneration rate is controlled by your movement speed. Essentially, high movement speed equals more ammo for your energy-based weapons. There are a few different methods to increase your speed, one of which being the bunny hop capabilities of your robot. If you chain together jumps, which can be done by simply holding space, your robot will gain a large amount of speed. There's also something called travel mode, which lowers your weapons and decreases your armor, but increases your overall speed and energy regeneration rate. You'll need to find a balance between swapping in and out of travel mode to get out of a pinch and regain some energy. Lastly, you have a dash available to get a small boost of speed that you can use on the ground and in the air. The maps in RETOOLED have some verticality to them, and there are launchers in each area that you can use to boost into the air. Alternating between the high and low ground is a great way to keep your enemies guessing. Next, speaking of enemies, you will encounter increasingly difficult foes as you progress through the game. To start, the enemies you find are simple, low health and low armor robots. After a few levels, you'll encounter flying shuttles with rockets, barbarians that jump at you, and even teleporting enemies. Each of these enemies have their weaknesses, so you'll have to properly pair your weapons accordingly to ensure that you are cutting through their defenses as efficiently as possible. Some enemies obtain shields, which need to be destroyed. Your plasma weapons are best equipped to take down these shields. Make sure that you're taking care of enemies as quickly as possible, otherwise you'll be overwhelmed by new enemy waves spawning in. Lastly, I want to mention the exploration that is available. Every level has a few secret areas to find that have extra lives available for the mission. These secrets can be hidden behind a corner or on a platform that requires you to make a leap of faith to it. After every mission, there are obtainable accolades for completing challenges available throughout the level and for finding all the secrets. The levels are replayable, so you can always go back and find these secrets in case you missed it on your first playthrough. In my opinion, those are the focal points of RETOOLED. I plan on releasing a full review with my full thoughts on the game in a month, but in the meantime, I wanted to say how much I've been enjoying my time as a robot. RETOOLED is a game that gives back the more you play as you unlock new equipment and learn how to maximize your speed. Once you've unlocked your full arsenal, it's addicting zooming around the arena while quickly swapping between your weapons. Sometimes you'll miss all of your shots, run into a wall, and get hit with a barrage of bullets and you feel like a fool. But other times, you weave between your opposition and cut them down like the certified robo-killer you are. In my opinion, this game is designed to be played as quickly as possible. After completing the story, I found myself going back through the levels and attempting to beat them as fast as possible. I've chatted with the developer a few times, and it seems that there may be some plans in the works to add timers and leaderboards to help push some friendly and personal competition. If you want to join the Discord, I have linked it in the description below. So, there are my thoughts. We'd like to thank Swarm Creations for providing us with a review copy so that we can cover this game. I plan on continuing to increase my time and help advocate for the community, as I can definitely see this game obtaining a small speedrun following, which is pretty cool in my opinion. If you plan on playing RETOOLED or already have, let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your favorite weapon that you've seen? If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with our upcoming content.